What on earth is going on? Okay, this is exactly how I started my last video. Clearly, I'm not very original, where I was talking about how I can't keep up with all these moves. And then even more happened that same day.
Flashback.
And I just randomly picked Portland as a modern team that fits that. And if they get Jaylen Brown, this team is going to be so much fun.
6 hours later.
And now the only person left from that core is Santi Aldama.
7 hours later.
So of course the main topic of this video, I'm not even going to tease you like that, is the Jaylen Brown trade. That is the biggest move. But I am still going to touch on some other moves that I think are worth talking about. The Luka trade is the single worst trade I've ever seen. I remember specifically opening my phone. It was late at night. I was in the shower. I remember seeing that notification from Shams. Genuinely, I went to my group chat. I said, lol, Shams got hacked. Put down my phone. There wasn't 1% of me, one iota of me that actually thought that was real. I was so shocked that I convinced myself that there was a Twitter-wide hack over the fact that that trade actually happened. So nothing will compare to that. But I gotta say, this might be second. It might just be second. I don't get the rationale. And the way I've been trying to explain it, because it is Boston, it is Brad Stevens. These are people that we typically trust with these type of moves. I think I was higher on Jaylen Brown than most when he was younger, but recently I would say I'm lower on him than most. And it seems like other teams around the league agree with that. The Blazers didn't see much value in him. They didn't like the advanced stats, so they weren't willing to trade for him. And it makes me think that maybe the other 28 teams were the same way. Maybe Atlanta and Houston also saw it that way. But still, can you not get KD for Jaylen Brown, who's basically already out the door? Can you not get Jamal Murray? And even excluding those type of moves, you can't get one single young asset from any team. Any team. Or better yet, why didn't you just keep him? Yeah, the season ended poorly and he made some annoying comments on his stream, and I do think that rubbed them the wrong way, but this has to be an emotional move. And as a GM, you should never be making emotional decisions. I think that's what it was. It's we want him gone. We're not getting VJ Edgecombe. Honestly, I think that was one of those situations where they asked, knowing damn well it was a full court Hail Mary type of shot. And once they rejected, it was like, I honestly don't know. I'm struggling to put this into words because there's no way that was the best you could get for Jaylen Brown. There's no way. I don't want to talk in circles here, but there's no way. Paul George is 36 years old, making $114 million over these next 2 years. Truly can't believe it. But congrats to Philly. I got to give them credit because every single time I say I'm not going to believe in them anymore, I'm done, it's over, they always make a move to convince me. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Every single time, I always fall for it. It's like that ex who you know is going to do you dirty, but you just can't resist, and that's what Philly is to me. And I don't think Jaylen Brown could have any more motivation than he should have right now. You want to talk about lighting a fire under someone's ass? You just finished 6th in MVP. You just got this team to the 2 seed after their star player went down. And then they trade you to the team that you just blew a 3-1 lead to, the team who's been your rival for like 8 years now. He's got to show out. He's got to. Could you imagine if he gets to the playoffs and beats Boston? That would mean something to me, man. As for the other moves that happened this offseason, in Boston's case, you got a center in Mitchell Robinson, although he's definitely someone who should be a backup at all times. So you better hope Hugo Gonzalez, Mr. Too Good to Give Up for Giannis, blossoms into something. And Kawhi Leonard, I mean, you could argue this deserves its own video, but I'm not going to do that, okay? My channel, my rules. After treating Toronto like it was Siberia in 2018, even after winning a championship, still leaving, now to come back, honestly, it's pathetic. Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years, and now it's too late. If you ask me, this is a premier case of regret. This is, man, I could have stayed in Toronto, maybe won another championship, but definitely would have been heralded. So now he's going to come back, and he can officially become the GOAT Raptor. I already think he is, to be honest, but I understand if you're someone who says 1 year isn't enough. But a couple good years, a couple all-star seasons, he's definitely their franchise GOAT. And more than that, they could definitely have success. So now, as for where I project Toronto to be in the East, we're going to talk about the other moves these teams made first. Miami Heat. Yeesh. Your biggest fear came true. You lost Norman Powell, a team that's already struggling for depth. Now, you did get Tim Hardaway Jr., but he's no replacement for an all-star. I said it when the trade happened. I didn't think this was the right move for Miami. And now it looks even worse. Mixed feelings about Detroit. I don't like them losing Beef Stew, who was a DPOY candidate for them and a big part of their defensive identity, and losing Tobias, who was huge for them at some points in those playoffs. Duran's out the door. Say what you want about his playoff performances, but he was still an all NBA player. Your only real saving grace is that you got John Collins, who I actually really like as a player. I thought that was an awesome acquisition for the Clippers, and I think he can really thrive playing next to Cade. But overall, I think this team is trending down. And 62 wins may be the best you're going to get of the Cade era. And the Celtics, like I mentioned before, just an overall terrible offseason. So where do I project the Raptors to be? It's tough because teams like the Knicks and the Sixers, I could totally see them not being regular season teams. Like even last year's Knicks, who we know were incredibly dominant, only won 53 games. The last time either of those teams actually even hit 55 wins would have been in 2001. So I could see Toronto finishing above them, but for now, I'm going to put the Raptors below the Knicks, below the Sixers. And that's it. And that's it. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking they can be the 3 seed, but I like this Raptors team. That defense is going to go crazy. OKC lost Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. It's sad to see, but you got to do what you got to do to save some money. I'm sure they know what they're doing. I just hope this isn't a team who makes the mistake of thinking all their role players are expendable just to end up regretting it. Kind of like the Nuggets with Bruce Brown. I still say to this day, if they would have re signed him in 2023, they would have won back to back. And the Lakers are having a fun offseason. Actually, when I posted my last video, that was in the midst of them spending all their money within like an hour. Grimes, Sexton, Walker Kessler, Mamukele. Lost Marcus Smart and are going to lose LeBron. Of course, you could argue which of those two moves are bigger. But you got some nice depth around Luca and Reeves. I don't project them to be championship contenders. Oh, yeah, and you did lose Ayton and Jackson Hayes. Don't project them to be contenders, but I do like what they're building. I do like that Luca can finally just run the show, be who he's meant to be. It is I from the future, giving you a very abrupt outro. If you couldn't tell, I recorded this a few weeks ago, which is why a lot of the stuff I said is outdated. I just couldn't get around to editing. Honestly, I was having creative block, whatever you want to call it, and I've been super tired lately with the new job I started, so not making excuses, but I am making excuses. I promise that's never good. I will do my best to start posting more consistently like I wanted to. This is still an absolute dream of mine. I appreciate anybody who's still watching, still commenting, and even subscribing. Even when I haven't been posting, I've been getting subscribers, which is incredible. So, thank you all so much. And yeah, keep basketballing. Okay, no more outros.